Harrison here, BigPicc. BigPicc, welcome
Pick,
to the
man.
show.
Pick.
Oh,
Pick.
Pick!
Why you keep calling me
Bro,
Pop,
I
man?
get both your names mixed up all the time. Even the old one. Like, no, it wasn't
Ain't
Herda. It
heard.
was your original name. I was like, your government name I was getting wrong. But, how you doing, man? Welcome, man.
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Awesome.
Everything's good.
It's really good to have you here. So I was hyping you up a little bit before you came in here, talking to folks, and I was letting them know, guys. Let me get this out the way because it's the obvious part that I've been dying to say already for a little while. The reason why I'm a huge fan of my man's here is solely for the fact that he is a truck driver, right? So we all have our things that we enjoy. We all enjoy gaming. We all love hanging out, you know. And while he could have simply made the excuse of I work too much to do what I love to do, he found resources that might cost him more than what he should be paying, but he will always find a way to get it done. He uses a mobile hotspot and he streams from his truck wherever he stays that night. This man is not home 4 or 5 days a week. This man is here to make it happen. And that's the important part. So, if you don't mind me asking you while you're here now, my man. First of all, everybody say hello. Say hello. Hey. We'll see in the comment section in a minute. But how you feeling right now? You feeling good?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Amazing. Everything's good. Can't complain. Out here on the road, man. Trying to get work done, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I wrote down a list of questions. We'll just go through them quickly just so people can like get to know you as a gamer and then we can expand into everything else if that works for you. Um,
Okay, cool.
so the number one thing I wanted to ask you is what made you decide, no, I cannot stream? What made you get started on the concept? Because I know you probably bought the mobile hotspot to at least just game online with your friends. Like I'm imagining that was like the original concept. Or did you originally say, no, fuck that, I'm gonna start streaming like on my truck immediately? Like, did you start off just online gaming and then evolve into all that, or?
Yeah, man. I'm I started gaming way back in '86, man. I was 3 years old.
Okay.
And I've always been on. I've never been like a sports. A lot of people like sports games and stuff like that.
Right.
I've always been a platform or adventure gamer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Action gamer, stuff like that. So, whenever the concept of online gaming came about, and it was earlier than I discovered it because I kind of started online gaming on PlayStation 2.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I think it was Sega Saturn or Sega CD. One of them started it. I think it was the Saturn
The
had
Dream,
a, like a
the Dreamcast did. The Dreamcast had online.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Okay, it had
Mm-hmm.
the uplink and stuff like that. So when I started playing online, I was playing like Madden,
Mm.
and man, it was just better to me than playing with somebody right next to you. You
Right.
could play anybody, across the world, stuff like that. So that was real big for me. But
Mm-hmm.
I kept my PlayStation 2 with me in the truck, but I couldn't stream because obviously, we didn't have like
Wi-Fi
good
back then.
Wi-Fi
Yeah.
stuff back then.
On the
So,
PlayStation, right?
right. So that's really what it was for me, man. I just like playing online, and when I had my PlayStation with me in the truck, there was really nothing I could do. It helped me occupy my time. But when it came down to streaming, I fell in love with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't do it for I ain't trying to be famous or nothing like that. I really love creating content. I really love people enjoying watching me play a game or stuff like that. So when I was on the road, I couldn't do it. All I could do was play my game. So I was like, man, I gotta, what I'm saying, I gotta bring this together some kind of way.
Right.
And it's just a challenge because when I'm on the road, I'm all over America. So
Right.
my signal is not always great. I do what I can, and I make it work. But when I first started, I had like a prepaid phone, prepaid AT&T phone,
Right.
and if I was in a big city, a good city, I had a
Right.
good connection. Other than
Seattle,
that,
Chicago, major cities.
yeah, yeah. If I, if I could find somewhere to park in those big cities, at that. But other than that, man, it was hell at first.
Right.
So I kind of got with Verizon. Verizon has a wider network. They'll work in places where other phone companies won't work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that was just what it was, man. I just said, you know what, I'm going to stream one way or another. So I got me 3 hotspots now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I go from the jetpack to my iPad to my cell phone.
Okay.
Whatever gives me the best, upload and download speed, that's what I use for the night. So, yeah, it just basically, man, it was just, me just wanting to continue streaming, creating content. I started off on YouTube.
Right. Okay.
Some of my earliest videos are on YouTube. So, my Twitch is probably like 6 years old.
Okay.
But it was dead, man. I wasn't using it at all. So, but I've linked up with great people like yourself and UPC Stream Team. All kind of people, man, that just help me, upgrade my stuff, man. Give me, pointers and help me out to do what I do,
Which I think is awesome, and that's the whole thing about it. Like, the important thing is like, that's another question I was gonna set. We'll use this comment a second to the next question. You originally had a goal for the year of 400 followers. Now, you were in the realm of like maybe your traffic was like 50 a year or 50 every 6 months or something like that. So you predicted to be at about 400 for the year. Now, where you're at right now is a whole different ballgame because of the fact that people don't realize if you're consistent, all your stuff will grow. And the proof is in the pudding, because now my man's came in here and he said, I want 400 for the year. He had that shit like in June. You know what I mean?
Well, 500.
500. Yeah.
But what I did was I said for the year, I want 5. But
right.
I set like a little small goal for like 3.
Right.
And to be honest, what catapulted me to the 300 goal was one of my friends, Renegade, man. Renegade done like a little giveaway. Right. And he was real generous about it. He put me and one of my other friends, Plague Templar, Brady, he put us he included us in there, and he's like, hey, if y'all want to get in this, y'all go check out my friends. And that's how I got to the 300.
Okay.
And then it kept growing. And I said, well, man, even though I don't stream as much, I seen it growing, and I seen people saying like, hey, what's your schedule? I was like, man, I don't have a set schedule because I drive.
Right.
And that's what happened. I was like, man, let me just grind it out, man. I've been streaming so much, man.
Absolutely.
All this content, man.
I've seen like a tweet or two daily sometimes, like, and that's the thing. So he's at 700 right now, folks. Like, we say he's at about a 400% goal for the year for what he set for himself. You know what I mean? But now with that, being said, I think you might have answered the question, but if it's not, go ahead and do it. Josue, he streams on Twitch. I screenshot it to you guys earlier in the group message saying, hey, my boy's like 2 away from 700, follow him. I think you followed him. That's him. But if you can't find it, he's also the pinned comment at the top. But what is the hardest thing for you? Is it the fact that you can't have a schedule as a streamer? Is that the hardest thing for you right now as a streamer? Or do you find other obstacles getting in the way besides the obvious stuff like growing and things like that?
To be honest, to continue my growth is a lot of things I need. I need a set schedule. Mm-hmm. I need a laptop. I need overlays. I need to get. I need the works. I need like you. You know what I'm saying? I need a little. I need my personal space.
Right.
Just to get. I need organization. But
right.
the absolute hardest thing for me, being a truck driver and streaming on the road, is the time.
Right.
I don't mind. I'll stream at 3 a.m. There's people up at 3 a.m.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you've seen
absolutely
famous streamers with.
I've seen people having 1.6K. Yep.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m.
So,
yep.
I'm not there by any means, but people are up. You know what I'm saying?
But I've seen you have like 9, 12 viewers at 1 a.m. in the morning. I've seen you have like, at least almost double digits at 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, which is decent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And and it comes from people being generous, man, from raids and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I mean when I say, I can't do it alone. People, they come from watching somebody stream for 2-3 hours, and then they get, it's like, well, we're gonna raid this person. Then they come over to my stream and they stick around. They don't just, be like, man, I'm tired. I just watched somebody play for 4 hours.
Yeah.
They'll stick around for a couple
Absolutely.
hours. You know what I'm saying? So that helps too. But it's just the time. That's the thing that makes it difficult for me. And when I say time, because like I said, the schedule doesn't hurt. I don't have the time. Like,
Right.
I literally drive 500 to 700 miles a day.
Right.
And after that, I don't feel like doing nothing. Because I got stuff I gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta work out. I'm trying to drop weight. I got a lot of stuff that I gotta do. And other than stream. So it's hard to just find the time. I can stream at any time. I have friends that play at all times of the day.
Right.
I don't mind playing at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I don't care. But it's just like, man, like after you sit, I don't know too many people that drive and play these games, but after you drive that much and it's a lot of stress, man.
You gotta unload. Absolutely.
In traffic and
yeah,
hitting these hills and mountains and you park for the night, you go take a shower, you work out a little bit, and then you sit down and you're like, damn, I got a few hours. Do I stream or do I catch up on my sleep? Right. That's the toughest thing for me.
Gotcha.
And I'll be operating off of 2 to 4 hours of sleep some days, right?
Right.
But I make it work, man. I make it work. I do what I can do.
Absolutely. Josue, oh yeah, Josue, you're his follower, 699. That's dope. Thank you for the 50 stars, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Josue, he streams on Twitch. So that's that's so. I mean, a lot of people. I don't know the truck industry like you do, but I know a good percentage of it because I used to work for a tow company that was also a transportation company. So a lot of folks don't realize how many headaches as a truck driver you have to go to, because a lot of people think, oh, you're just driving. People don't realize how much you got to deal with DOT, with overweight, with all the bullshit, the maintenance of the truck, showering, eating, like. So a lot of the times it's not so much like, that you're making excuses about the schedule thing. It's like, yeah, a lot of people might think, well, can you get started at, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and maybe end the night earlier? And it's like, no, sometimes the delivery is scheduled for a certain time, and you have no option but to work with, what you're given. So it's awesome that you still find the time to be able to just get it done whenever you get it done. So you've answered most of the questions, about when you got started and the hardest thing. The last couple of things I wanted to ask you is, just for factual fun, what is the first game that you fell in love with? I know we all play a game at first, but what is the game that the first game that made you go, yo, I want to keep doing this the rest of my life? For me, I hate to say it, for me was that stereotypical answer that a lot of people say, but I used to live in Brooklyn when I was younger, and my dad didn't like the idea of me playing outside because he was paranoid, and so he bought me a Nintendo, and the Nintendo came with Super Mario Brothers 3. So while I played, I had an Olympic game on it. I had Mega Man, which is another game that made me fall in love with the game. But Super Mario Brothers 3 was the first game that made me go, whoa, I'm in so many different worlds, and there's so many different. Do you remember the first game? Not the first game that you played, but the game that made you go, wow, this is the greatest thing invented. It could be anything, whether it's platformer, action. I mean, you started in the 80s, a little bit before I did. I was 91, 92, but
to be honest, I fell in love with gaming. It didn't have anything to do with consoles. It was arcades.
Okay.
And I'm still fascinated by arcades today. Yes. I want to eventually own my own arcade.
Absolutely. Which is dead in America, unfortunately. Unless you're a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. I mean, the arcade ain't what it used to be. You can find some in some cities. You have places like Dave and Buster's try to throw a little gaming in there, but I'm talking about the real,
Absolutely.
The arcade used to be at the mall.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
straight arcade games. What's up, Renegade? What's up, man? Like he said, Pac-Man Fever. Yeah, man,
Pac-Man
that's it.
feet. Hey,
My mom used to play Pac-Man. And I
okay,
used to watch her play,
mine
and
too.
Mrs. Pac-Man and stuff
hmm
like that. So
Because
that's
Mrs.
kind of
Pac-Man
where
was
I.
first. A lot of people don't know. Miss Pac-Man was first before Mr.
Oh, hey,
Pac-Man.
yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, so I mean that was where I felt like, man, because I was just a little kid, man, watching her play out, and I remember this. That's a weird thing about me. I remember stuff like when I was a baby. Like I
Yeah.
remember stuff. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah.
And when we finally got a console to the house, we had Super Mario Duck Hunt and this
Mm.
game called World Class Track Meet. It was all on the same cartridge.
Yes.
And it came with the power pad. You know, you had to run on it.
Yeah, I used to do that shit with my hands.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it, man. It was arcades. You know, I loved playing at the arcade, but mom, she ain't trying to give you no quarters like that. She give you a few, and
Right,
that's it.
right.
But
That's what made it easier for me to go do laundry with Mama Dukes. Was like having Mortal Kombat arcade at the damn laundromat. Like it was lit, man. It was lit.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's why I fell in love with it, man. It was the arcades for me.
so
And I a lot of times I didn't play. Like I would just watch people play. Like people be
it was
standing up
that was fun
playing.
too.
I'd stand on a chair and watch them play.
That was low key. Like obviously it wasn't streaming, but there'll be times where like the neighborhood kid would be known for like being a beast at an arcade, like by a corner store or something like that. And that was like the original intent of streaming. Like there's guys who just became famous by like being good at the arcades in their local neighborhood, and they just kind of took off from there. Like, which is a pretty cool concept. But so the last two things gaming related I want to ask you is first, not what you think. What's your favorite game of all times? You personally, not
Man,
mixed review with other people's opinions. Like, because I have what I think is the best game of all times, and then I have like my favorite. What's your favorite game of all times?
that's an unfair question, man. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. That's an unfair question to any gamer.
Yes.
It's like a car enthusiast.
Yes.
You can ask him what's his favorite car, and or him or her, what their favorite car is, and they'll tell you the car they feeling at the time.
Absolutely.
That don't mean like,
Absolutely.
yeah, they won't tell you like this is my all time favorite. Like it's just the one at the time.
Right.
When it comes down to my all time favorite game.
Because I have that same situation where like I have my favorite game now, and then my favorite game like ever, which those categories do exist. And a lot of the times, like for me, my favorite game is because like where I was at in my life at the moment too. So it might have just been not so much that the game was that much better, but because I was feeling the game more that reason at that time. But what do you say? For me, it's Metal Gear Solid 3. Like Metal Gear Solid 3 did everything for me. Soundtrack, gameplay, just everything about it to me was like the perfect formula for a game. But right now, it's tough, man, because I'm struggling a lot with gaming right now. Like as far as like what I want to consider, I love loot shooters. Like I love the concept of loot shooters, but there's not enough. I don't have enough people to play them with. Like, and then there's 100 of them too. So
if I had to pick one game, my favorite game of all time, if I had to pick one, it would probably have to be Tecmo Super Bowl.
Okay.
That would be my favorite game of all time. That's the game. When I was a kid, man, I always had to play that game. Not Tecmo Bowl. The Tecmo Bowl was the one where it was
on
just
Nintendo,
like the national conference.
Where Bo Jackson was over on 99.
Right. I answer it like that because when you say my favorite game of all time, it would have to be something that I would skip out on playing these new gen games to play. Because like let's be honest, we all started with like a Mario 3 or something like that.
Right,
but we wouldn't play that today. Like I wouldn't play Mario today. I don't feel like playing it.
Right.
I've had my time with it, and I just wouldn't go back to it.
There's
But
too
I
much
would
coming
play- I
out for
would
you to be
play-
playing older games so much, like, which is what kills me.
I mean, there are some games that I will play, like Double Dragon 2. That's one of my favorite games.
Right.
Ninja Gaiden, the whole Ninja Gaiden series.
Right.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I'll play those, but like, you know, Mario really is my roots, and I just really wouldn't play that today.
Right.
But Tecmo Super Bowl,
Mm.
man, I'll play that today, man. I'll play that today, and I'll. Man,
You sound like you want to play that shit right now.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, man. If I had to pick one, that'd be it. But
Okay.
I mean, I have certain games for all the consoles that I've ever
Of course.
played. Like,
Of course.
yeah,
Like for me, like I can go back to like Star Fox 64, like something like that. Like was,
yeah.
oh man, the amount of options you had to get to the end was insane. Like every console has that one game that made me go, wow, this console makes me think of this game. Like I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So last thing before we dig deeper, if you want to, is Fallout 4 still like your favorite this generation that you've played so far? Or not your favorite, but like the one that you've enjoyed, because you probably put over 100 hours in the Fallout 4 at this point. I feel,
Yeah,
if not more.
I mean,
I don't get why people give that game so much shit either, which is insane to me. Like, I don't get it.
because they can. Like that. Like a lot of people don't have
It's true.
issues with stuff. They just they use their freedom. Like they just criticize what they can when they can, just to make them feel a little powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
that's Twitter.
and you gotta relate that to real life. Like, cause think about it. If you ask anybody about Fallout, the first thing they're gonna pull out their ass is Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Right.
I played a little bit of 3. I haven't played New Vegas.
Right.
But Fallout 4 was my first Fallout, and I fell in love with it. But that wasn't my first Bethesda game. My first Bethesda game was Skyrim.
Okay.
And Skyrim is good, man. Skyrim that was also my first Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
And it, like, Skyrim was a game changer for me. To be honest, I put more time in on Skyrim than I have on
Fallout
on
4.
Fallout.
Really? Okay.
Right. You know, because Skyrim started for me on PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's just like the way, you know, I like the way you can customize everything,
Mm-hmm.
build, fix your armor, add attachments to your guns. Like it's the replayability is real high on a lot of Bethesda games.
It is, and there's always something to do. Always, like,
right.
You never run out of shit to do in a Bethesda game. That's for sure.
But to be honest, because like I kind of transitioned from, you know, I was a big Madden player and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go from like PlayStation to PlayStation 2, and then I just converted to a lot of adventure and shooters.
Right.
Like what's the game with Naughty Dog? I used to play that. I played the first 2. Uncharted. I played the first 2 of those. You know, I have always been on Tomb Raider games. Then I discovered Battlefield. So now I was on Battlefield 2, Bad Company.
Yes.
And yeah, so that was that would have to be my favorite series and game this gen.
Battlefield.
Battlefield 4. Yeah,
Battlefield 4.
Because
that was a masterpiece.
I started on Battlefield 2. Battlefield 3 was really good. That everybody says that's probably the best one, 3. But I like 4, man. I still play 4 today. So
right, my favorite personally myself was Battlefield 1.
Which one?
Battlefield 1. Just because, not like the original
1?
part 1, but like the one that came out after 4. And to be honest with you, it's not so much that it had the best gameplay mechanics. I'm just a huge history buff, and that's why I loved everything about part 1. That to me, but the Battlefield franchise in general is amazing. Just the concept of like all-out warfare combined with vehicle combat and all that is insane. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I used to watch people play 1. I didn't really like it. Right. I didn't even really like.
Have you tried 5? Have you tried the latest?
5? Yeah. I had 5, and I didn't like it either, man. I'm not real big on old war games.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why, because I was on Super Nintendo, PlayStation. I played a lot of Medal of Honor.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm burnt out on that, man. Like
Yeah.
I like Modern Warfare games.
Right.
I'm not even a Call of Duty fan, but you see how heavy I'm on Call of Duty because they gave us Modern Warfare. They brought it back around. So
absolutely,
that's just me, man.
Did you like the futuristic shit on Call of Duty, like on Black Ops 3 and like Infinite Warfare? Or was that a little too?
You know
too
what?
Far out?
It was good. It was it was new,
right?
And they did it right. It was really good, but
that's not what people wanted for a Call of Duty game. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times we don't know what we want till we get it.
That's true.
It was good. It was good. It was good. It was a breath of fresh air. But then it you can milk something too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I think they could have just touched on it a little bit, and you see they real smart. Activision, they real smart. I give them a lot of shit, but they real smart. Because look how they brought it back to Cold War.
Yes.
Like they're trying to find a balance. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to find a balance. They're trying to give you, okay, we're giving you the Cold War next. You got the Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Some people still be on what is that? Black Ops 4 and stuff like.
Yeah.
So they're trying to cover every base.
Absolutely.
They're trying to get every penny you got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I think Cold War is gonna sell the most, because of that freaking Modern Warfare was probably the best Call of Duty this generation, but the skill based matchmaking, that's a game changer, man. That's a game, and a lot of people are upset at it, but you could go with the stereotypical concept that everybody says, but you gotta get good.
Like I said, a lot of people don't know what they want until they get it. You got people right now complaining about getting clapped on Modern Warfare, and they really facing guys that's pros.
Absolutely.
So if they're going to match you up with somebody that's on your skill level, you have a better chance even in the playing field. Those pros are going to be matched up with other pros.
I think Call of Duty would benefit from a ranked mode, though. At this point, with so many people trying to be pros, I don't know. Yeah. I really don't understand why. That's one thing I got to give Activision shit about. I don't know why they don't have a ranked mode. I really don't.
Yeah.
There's too many. That's the game that has the most players trying to go pro. That in Fortnite, like, it's just crazy.
And they have the most cheaters. They have the most hackers.
Yeah, that's true. It's tough to run ranked lobbies like that.
You wanna put some of those guys not they'll make videos, YouTube videos and stuff, and be like, I put the little dot on my TV screen, so anytime I just line the person up with the dot, and I shoot him, and I hit him headshot all this. Like they proud of that shit. Like put them in the lobby with the, you know what I'm saying,
with the other cheaters.
Like that. Yeah, they proud. I don't see how people have fun cheating like, and
I couldn't enjoy it.
If I get clapped on the battlefield, then I'll be pissed. But at least I know it was my skill that got me clapped.
Absolutely,
it was something I did. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just don't see how you have fun cheating, man. Like I say, put them guys with the Shrouds and the Nick Mercs, and let them get their head clapped up. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to play with us.
Absolutely. I never really thought about that. Call of Duty probably is the most hacked game like on the market right now. It's disgusting. And I've seen some people do some disrespectful shit, man. Like I saw a guy, I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not here to blast people or put anybody's shit out there like that, but that was a dude that had like a 40,000 following on Facebook, and this guy had wall hacks like in the middle of one of his streams, which is insane. Like he saw thermal vision of a body outlined behind the wall, and he was just killing people like that. I'm like, you're doing this shit on a live stream. Like you're right. People are proud of that shit. They don't give a fuck.
Activision don't care. They got little kids cursing, and they know about all that.
That's an issue.
Man, I seen a dude clap another dude through a rock. He shot through a rock. Hit him with every shot, man, and just laughed and said, "Yeah, man, the aim assist is a beast. Nah, it ain't the aim assist. you got a program on your shit. You got something on your laptop or your computer, man. You got something going on. So
that motherfucker said the aim assist is a beast.
yeah, I was like, nah, that ain't what that is.
What
man.
a piece
You got
of
something
shit.
else going on. But I mean, that's people. If you go to YouTube, that's the videos that's in the algorithms right now. Like they just
100,000 views, a million views. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way they changed the game. At one point in time, I don't know if they still do it. I haven't noticed it, but at one point in time, it's like they was changing the maps and changing shit like twice a week.
Yeah.
Because they listening to what people saying, and whenever someone threatens, like someone of importance threatens to leave a game, man, they'll fix it, man. They'll do something.
That's
like right now they crying for Shoot the Ship to come back.
Right.
For Shoot House and Shipment. It's gonna come back.
It is.
Like I bet you after they get rid of this Halloween stuff, they're gonna consider bringing it back.
I hate that shit right now so much. That forced nighttime on the quads, that shit had me hot last night, bro.
I seen your jump scare video, man.
Hey, you see that shit? Dude, you know what? That's karma, though. Because I was laughing at my boy. It just happened to him the match before. And we were talking about it. I was like, you got scared like a little bit. Like, just talking shit. And I literally went to go open the box, and I was still mid-conversation. That shit fucked me up. I'm not going to lie to you. Like,
look, my homeboy Weapon in my stream, he said, literally, getting shot through a rock just happened to me 20 minutes ago. LOL. See? I'm telling you, man, that's
disrespectful. It is.
And guys doing that with a smile on their face, like.
That's the part that gets me mad. Is dudes that are proud of that shit.
like my girl said, at some point in your life, you got to go look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, "Damn, I'm a loser."
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not doing nothing, man. You're not having no fun. You just out there, man. So,
yeah, because I'm all about like there's certain folks that like spam certain things or whatever, and it's not cheating. It's just annoying. And if you want to be the social media villain, hey, that's your character. Like by all means, but cheating, bro, like when you alter the actual software, that's a whole different ballgame, bro. You're not a villain. You a piece of shit.
Yeah. And like I say, Activision, as long as they have the algorithms, as long as they're making money, as long as people keep flocking to the game, they're not going. It's going to take somebody famous to say, "Hey, you got too many people cheating. I'm going to stop streaming the game. I'm going to stop," because people tend to follow the famous people.
Trend, yeah.
You know, you got. I know you see the tweets. You see the tweets of look how they give Apex such a hard time.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm not gonna play till next season, or I'm gonna just stop playing. I'm sad to say I'm gonna get away from Apex.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Like the gamers looking at them like, so what? You had a tough night,
and that sucks because I feel like Apex. I feel like Respawn has worked the hardest on making a battle royale that was so quality and free. Because you can literally, like, if you play 500 hours of Apex, you could unlock every character for free. Like, without paying a dime. The only thing you're not getting is the season pass stuff. But even then, like, season 6 is about to end. If you bought every battle pass, you just officially paid $60 for a game. Like,
if you put enough time in Apex, you'll have the coins to unlock the battle pass for the next.
Yeah,
you literally don't have to.
That's
you
true.
Don't have to buy anything on. And to me, this is just my opinion. It's the best battle royale game.
Amen, 100%.
It's the best, smoothest. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the abilities and the futuristic.
That's what it
the
is.
Best, smoothest
it's not ranked number one really because of the shields and the abilities. That's it. Because there's people who don't like that. But honestly, to me, I have to agree 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Warzone competed really well, because I really didn't think Call of Duty could make a good battle royale, just because it's such like run and gun type deal. But in my opinion, Apex is the best. It's so smooth.
I always said that about Call of Duty games. That's why I'm a Battlefield gamer. I always said Call of Duty always felt like paintball wars to me.
Absolutely.
Like when you play multiplayer, it feel like paintball, like you're just running in circles.
Yeah. And
it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's like on Battlefield, you can do close quarters combat and still have a dog fight. You can still you know what I'm saying? it's Battlefield to me is just the overall best. But when Apex came in, is if you get your aiming down, and you learn how to keep your loot, if you learn how to spread out your first aid, your bullets, your ammo and stuff, you can survive and you can play and just like the way they let you res your teammates, you can
Right.
always bring them back. You don't gotta, you ain't all you gotta find is a respawn beacon.
Yeah.
So it is to me it's the best. It's the best out
It
right
is.
now.
I think the algorithm
And-
is the best in the Battlefield, in the Battle Royale market. I have to agree highly.
And I think out of the teams that hits the Battlefield in Apex is a real balance. They don't put a lot of like high level guys on one map.
No, they don't.
Because people complain about Apex, they'll say, "Damn, it takes so long to make a match." But once you get in the match, unless everybody lands in the same area, man, the matches they very fair.
Absolutely.
Very fair.
Absolutely.
And like you say, it's real smooth. And it's just, to me, it's just the best. People give it a lot of shit, man. But they give it a lot of shit because Respawn is not jumping whenever we say jump. They say,
Exactly.
man, look, for the most part, everybody's happy with this game. So the game's going to stay like it is.
Right.
Whereas Activision, like I say, them guys got to go home every day and ask their kids. They got to be getting ideas from their damn children, bro. Because it's changing too much, man.
It is.
Too much shit changing.
It
You
is.
can't get used to nothing, so.
Shoot, man. It's a wild west out here. Technically, I mean, except like we said, even with Twitter, just giving you the access to write any of these folks directly. Like you can tag Activision,
Right.
EA, and all that shit. Like, I mean, even if they don't answer you, they see what the fuck you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, and somebody
They
go
see it,
home with
people
that
sharing
shit.
it, retweeting it, liking it. That's how it goes, man. Like I say, people only saying something because they can. That don't mean they like people talk a lot of shit about Warzone and they own it every night.
Yep.
I hate this fucking
Bro,
game, and
me too. Yo.
they still own the damn game. Like,
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, that's me. That's the dude. I can literally find an algorithm issue with that game every single night that I play it, and then the next day I'm like, who getting on Warzone? Like every day, bro. I will literally just be like, I will literally.
but you know what? You really love it though.
You know what?
You like the competition.
That's the problem. The competition. That's exactly what it is. And I'm not like a toxic overall person, but I can be pretty toxic when it comes to competitive shit. Like, I don't devalue other people, but I celebrate that shit.
Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guys that are toxic that say, I hate this game, and they really hate it. You
and they still play this shit.
When you say you hate it, it's like your girl may say, I hate you, but she means she really loves you.
Right,
right.
Man,
That's how you are. But they got some guys that be throwing controllers and, all right, man, I'm uninstalling. Like, they hate it.
Yeah, but they hate it, but they play that shit.
But they when they turn on their Twitch or their YouTube or Facebook gaming, they can't think of nothing else to play.
Dude, absolutely not. But that's the whole thing too. It's like, as a streamer, the big time guys, like Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, I almost a lot of people envy, like, oh, I wish I was big like them. There's certain things I don't envy about them, because in reality, when you're as big as those guys, you're almost stuck playing Call of Duty. You're almost stuck playing these big games because that's what you're following. You know what it is? Like, there's times that, like, Dr. Disrespect try to play the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and he averaged like 2,000 less viewers for that day. That's a big ass amount of people, because he wanted to play what the fuck he wanted to play. You know what I mean? Like, Shroud complains all the time. Like, he's like, I love to play World of Warcraft. I would love to exclusively play World of Warcraft, but if he plays World of Warcraft, he ain't got no highlight clips for YouTube. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll say, look, I think we can all get on the same page and say we would love to have their revenue.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take that.
I would love to have their
I'll be honest with you. I would take I will take the Warzone headache daily for that money. Absolutely.
Twice a day.
Let them.
Twice a day.
I'll take blood pressure medication to keep that shit down, but I'll take that money.
Twice a day. but I wouldn't want 25,000 people watching me play a game.
That's tough.
I would take their revenue, but I wouldn't want 10,000 people watching me play a game. I'm a like look at the people that I'm like you, people that I'm cool with that I consider friends. You look at the people in my chat, Renegade, Weapon, Instant Killer. These people. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. No, I'm still waiting on. They didn't. Okay. They're gonna send it though.
That's absolutely true though. When it comes to a lot of things. There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, the people that I know and consider friends, like my friend Kinston. Nice high energy stream, man. Every time someone drops in the stream and he sees them, if they speak, he acknowledges them. He plays a greeting for them. It's streamers like that, and it's people like that they worth more than you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
They treat everyone that comes to their stream like gold. All these people that's in my stream right now, you know, every time you see somebody say hello in your stream, you greet them.
Absolutely.
You make them feel at home. You can't do that with 20,000 people.
No, you can't. You can't. It's
you know what
tough.
I'm saying? And you would feel like, damn, I got 20,000. Like you would feel like the shit, but the way that the comments be rolling, like you can't.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's people in those comments that really like Dr. Disrespect. It's people in those comments that really like Ninja, and he never sees their shit. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's these people paying them and donating to them and. Just because we've all went look at some of their streams.
Absolutely.
And I'm a fan of Dr. Disrespect. I don't really care for Ninja too much, but it's like you see some of these people, they be playing, and they'll see the donation. Oh yeah, thank you for the donation. And they keep on playing like they don't care about this. Like it's almost automatic. They start feeling like somebody gotta give them that.
But that's the whole thing about it. It's like they feel now that because you have 16,000, 20,000 people in your chat consistently, they literally only have notifications on for subs and donations, and they feel like, oh, because they're paying, I have to acknowledge it now. Sometimes it's not so much like I'm only gonna talk to you if you pay me, because there are some piece of shit streamers like that. It sucks because that's one thing that I highly agree with. Like that's why I always said like I want to do this to the point where I can live. I don't know if I want to be known for streaming. You know what I mean? Like worldwide.
Right.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason I started streaming was I love content creation. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a light narcissist. I don't put other people down, but I do enjoy myself as a person. Right. And, I love watching my content and it's funny and all this crazy shit. But at the same time, I did it because I love, in my group of friends, I have like 20 friends. And maybe 2 or 3 of them are hardcore gamers like me. And we don't have the time to get together. So if I build a community, I can always talk to somebody about gaming in my community. Like, that's the number one reason why I started streaming. Because I always have somebody to talk about Metal Gear or Madden or Call of Duty. Like, there's those hardcore conversations that, like, my casual gamer friends don't have is why I started streaming. And like you said, at 20,000 followers, that's just not going to happen. It's just not.
Yeah, you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people, man, to just so you don't get tired. You know what I'm saying? Because those same people will pick you up whenever you're not feeling it. So you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to get with people that's like-minded. Your community should be not, they shouldn't share the same ideology as you, but they should be on the same page as you.
Absolutely.
You want to hear different opinions, and you want people to have a different mindset.
So you can have different.
But the base of it, the core of it, has to be the same. So, yeah, I get you, man. People been telling me to start a Discord and stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm barely in the Discords that I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
What's up, $5? What's up, Lucky Gadget Girl? Welcome to the stream,
man. How you feeling now? You good to plug in and get some Apex going? How you feel?
Man, I'm gonna need a few minutes because I gotta get up out this shop, man.
Okay, no worries.
Because that's what that guy came asked me. They supposed to be done paid for my inspection by now.
Oh,
but we're gonna play though. Like,
okay,
I got time. Don't worry about that.
About half an hour or so.
Yeah, about a half an hour.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you want, I'll get started a little bit earlier because I haven't played it honestly in like 2 months. So,
Okay.
uh,
And check out the crossplay too. See how
yes, yes, I'm
see what's
actually gonna
going
look
on
into that.
there.
Josue, if you're free and you want to test it real quick, that'll be great. Like that, when Meech
Yeah.
gets in, we'll be good to go and make it happen. Well, first of all, this won't be the last time we have you here. I feel like there's 100 other topics we could definitely talk about,
Hey,
and I do want to talk to you more expanding past gaming because I feel like that's where we're really gonna
we
start to
need
grow
to
a lot
do this
bigger.
again
Yes,
in a
absolutely.
in a couple of weeks before those gens those next gens drop.
Honestly, like I like to get you on, like even shoot, if not next week, at least the week after. Like at least before Call
Man,
of Duty drops and we get too big. Because when Call of Duty drops, you know that usually the first week or two you just gotta stream that shit as much as possible just to pick up whatever you can scatter around in the day of channels. But yeah, man. I mean, second week of November, that works for you, man. That'll be great. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
cause I got some shit to say. I got some things that need to be heard,
Okay.
especially to these Microsoft heads, because
Well,
they claiming victory already, and I need to tell them why they're
uh,
not going to make it this gen, and there's a reason why they got a track record of not leading any gen.
yeah.
The
Well,
closest they came, was Xbox 360, and
and they let it go.
like I say, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I would say,
Well, Josue, give me 10 minutes real quick, because I do want to touch up on this real quick, just to give a preview of
okay,
what's coming next. So, Josue, give me about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get started if you're free. So if you want to start getting set up, Meech, let me ask you this. First of all, I don't know if you already heard, but this is a rumor. I know I've seen two people on Twitter actually post their systems doing it, but two people out of the amount of people that have already gotten it is a low percentage. But there are two people who have proven, and multiple people who have said it, just haven't shown it, that the Xbox is actually having the same issues the 360 was. A lot of those Xboxes are overheating for some reason, which mind blows me because the way it was designed was to prevent that, in that sense. But let me ask you this: I personally don't know why we have another. In my opinion, I think this is the last Xbox, and this is not because they're gonna get killed, because Microsoft is nowhere near that. They got money. Like, Microsoft has fuck you money. That's just what it is. Because it's
right,
remember it's not so much that their gaming company is doing that well, but they have the leading computer software in planet Earth. So they got money, but right now they're so important with, oh, whatever you can play on Xbox Game Pass, you can play on PC Game Pass. I feel like Microsoft is eventually gonna turn into that streaming, kind of like what's that Google one called? Nvidia? No, it's not
Stadia,
Nvidia. Stadia. There you go.
Stadia, yeah,
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 I feel like Microsoft is gonna take that route eventually. With the whole, and I think their primary source of income is gonna be the Game Pass. I think the Game Pass is what's gonna carry Microsoft after this generation of consoles is over, the one that's coming up. But
well,
why do you feel like Microsoft is? It's I know plenty of. I don't get me wrong. I love both systems. But I'm going with PlayStation because anything that comes out on Microsoft I can play on PC. But I feel like the hype for PlayStation was so much bigger when it came to pre-orders than when Microsoft was. Why do you feel that Microsoft is tanking the way that they are right now?
the reason why, and I'm gonna mix it in. I'm gonna say some stuff that someone told me.
Uh
They
huh.
preached to me one time, and they opened my eye. But my personal reason is because the you got people who love Microsoft, and they just sold on Microsoft and on Xbox. But real gamers know that Microsoft do not care about gamers. They got into gaming to collect console money.
Right.
They were already doing good on PC. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Microsoft, the games that were on PC, they were running that. from Halo and all that. They were running that shit.
Absolutely.
So the only reason they got into gaming, the only reason Xbox was created was to take a piece of the console pie. That's it.
Absolutely.
So, and just like you said, this is the same thing that my friend preached to me, and I never thought of it until he said it. Mm-hmm. But it was out in the open. It was plain as day. Microsoft, they want to sell you consoles, but they give you no reason to own their console.
Yeah.
You do not need to, trust me. I've had every Xbox. I'm not I'm a PlayStation fan, and the way I talk about Microsoft, people think I'm a PlayStation fanboy.
Yeah.
You if there are some games on PlayStation, if you want to play it, you have to have a PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Or you have to wait 3, 6, 12 months for them to drop it on PC.
Right.
For them to let it go to
Final
PC.
Fantasy 7 and stuff like that. Right. Mm-hmm.
So if Microsoft, they could easily win this gen if they made games and made them console exclusive and didn't put them on Game Pass and didn't put them on PC.
That's what their downfall is. That's why I feel like we're not getting another console. That's why I feel like we're not getting another console, in my opinion. For that reason, I mean, let me tell you this. This is gonna sound real bad, and I don't mean to hurt PlayStation or say anything negative about PlayStation, because I'm not buying an Xbox only because I could play this shit on PC. They lost out, and I'm gonna tell you a bigger secret that a lot of people don't even know. You know how much Game Pass is on PC, man? Oh, you're on mute. Okay, there you go. I can hear you now. Hello?
Yeah, I was speaking to somebody in my chat. Okay. What's the last part you said?
Do you know how much I pay for Game Pass on PC?
How much?
$5 a month.
That's it.
$5 a month. That's it. $5 a month. And with all due respect to Xbox, they run better on PC. And it's not a bragging thing. It's just because of Architect and obviously because we don't pay for online on PC and stuff like that. So Xbox is charging you those $10
to the whole library
to the whole Game Pass. Well, I will tell you this: the Game Pass library is smaller on PC than it is on Xbox, but every Microsoft exclusive that's on Game Pass on console is on PC. So I have no reason to. I pay $5 a month for Game Pass, and it's gonna get worse. November 10th, that EA shit, the EA Access, that's merging with Game Pass. So you're not even gonna have to pay for EA Access no more. It's all gonna be mixed in. So for $5 a month, why would I buy your console and pay $15 a month to play? Now the only reason I'm gonna own a PlayStation is because there's times that I don't want to stream a game or that I don't want to play sitting in a computer room. There's Final Fantasy 7, I'll never stream that shit. That's for me. That's my time outside of what I consider my work. You know what I mean? I play that shit on the big screen. It's beautiful. I love it. But I think Sony is gonna crush them this generation again because they have true exclusives. That's what it is. That's
what I'm saying. You have to own a PlayStation to play some of these games. Yes. PlayStation, they've been had it, man. They've been. Don't get me wrong. They fell off from where they started. If you remember when PlayStation started, they had games that you had to play. Mm-hmm. From Tomb Raider to Crash Bandicoot to fucking Jet Moto. Remember Jet Moto?
Absolutely. Jet Moto 2 is one of my favorite of all times. Yeah.
Cool Borders. There were games that they had that you couldn't play them nowhere else.
Absolutely.
And as the years went by, some of these studios, they closed, they tanked.
Or they went third party,
joined together with other. I remember I used to play this football game called Game Day from 989 Studios.
Yeah, boy. They're the same guys that make MLB The Show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
NFL Game Day. I remember Game Day. Holy shit.
Those
brought me back.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's Sony's roots. That's why they're the king. Yeah. And when people that play Xbox all the time be trying to shit on them, I'm like, man, y'all struggling, man. Y'all, y'all is all. I can only equate, and it's not even a joke. It's real shit. I can only equate Xbox fans to Dallas Cowboys fans. That's how annoying it is.
I don't know.
Hey, bro,
no, Dallas Cowboys fans are delusional as shit.
not saying y'all not good, but hey, y'all got y'all shine whenever y'all get y'all shine. But PlayStation is king.
I will say
y'all
they're
give people a reason
yeah.
to own y'all product. You're gonna always be second or third.
Yeah.
Come on, they even got slapped by Nintendo Switch. Come on, man.
I will say though. This is gonna sound insane.
Oh, they got crushed by the Wii.
I think Switch. I think Nintendo's number one in the market, in my opinion. Just because the way they do business, it is. But let me tell you something. I met and I call them like. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, but there's a lot of Nintendo hoes. Like anything Nintendo gives them, oh my, they'll suck that shit up like no one's business, bro. Like, remember when that made that dumbass cardboard add-on? And like that you could play like there were people eating that shit up. I was like, what's wrong with you guys? You could make that shit up the house. The next time your mom orders Amazon Prime, you could fucking have the same thing. Just take the box.
That shit too, man.
Oh my god, bro! Like I see that shit, and they're like, it's $99, and you could play a cardboard piano. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like at a pawn shop, you get a real keyboard for much cheaper. But what is, bro? Nintendo has a fan base that'll just eat shit up. Like it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful, but you know,
the Western market, man. Western market.
But I will tell you, they when Nintendo makes a fucking exclusive, they make an exclusive. Like they make the shit out of that exclusive. Like I gotta give them that. But you know, that's my whole thing about it, man. I wish Microsoft would be ready to do what Sony did. Sony took all their first party studios and merged them, and now everybody's called Sony Studios. They don't have this like individual shit, and I think that's where Sony's gonna thrive. I think if Microsoft took Halo as serious as Sony takes God of War, Microsoft will still be in a fighting chance, even if their shit was on PC. But
if you remember, Xbox 360 was the most successful Xbox.
Absolutely.
And I'll give that to Microsoft, man. Their servers are golden, bro. They got some good ass servers, man.
Absolutely.
Sony servers are trash. I don't know why. Like it don't matter what game.
Well, they got better on PS4. I mean, PS3 was horrendous. I'll tell you that.
I mean, but
it was free.
They got some good servers.
Yeah.
Well, when they were shining with Xbox 360, thank you for the bits, Reek. I see you, bro. I'm trying to do this, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those biddies. If you remember, they were killing it, man. Xbox Live and on 360. Well, at that point in time, Sony extended the hand.
Yes.
Hey, man, let's cross-platform. Let's do this. And you know what? It was Microsoft said. They said no. You know why they said no? Because they were leading at the time. At the time, where PlayStation reached out to them to say, hey, let's cross-platform. Because if you look at the cross-platform argument now, they try to make it look like Sony shut it down and Sony never wanted to do it. Right. Sony reached out to them.
They got them looking like villains, bro. They do. Yeah.
During last gen, they reached out to them like, oh, let's do this cross-plat. Nah, because they were in a good space. So they said no. Now they making, Phil Spencer, they getting on tweets and stuff saying, oh, Sony don't want to play fair. Look, Nintendo's playing fair. Why Sony can't play fair? Like trying to make it look like that was Sony.
Yeah.
But anybody that was in it real deep, that they reached out to them to say like, yo, let's do this, and Microsoft shut it down. It was nah.
But that's the whole thing. I feel like like you said, I think this is all a chain of effect from the PS3 360 era. Because when they first started, I'm glad you know that. A lot of people don't know. Sony did reach out to Microsoft at first. But it's not just on top of the fact that everything what you said was true. But one other thing that a lot of people don't know is that Microsoft felt like they were above it. Because Sony servers were just starting to get hot, and PS3 servers weren't great. But Microsoft, I've heard people say like that there were executives that were saying, "Yo, Microsoft's like Sony's just not up to par to us. Why do we have to go down to that?" So then the 360 beat up the PS3, but the PS3 ended up almost catching up at the end of the generation once they finally figured it out, like the last 3 years. But the beating the PS4 gave to the Xbox One was drastically bigger than the 360 was to the PS3. So now Microsoft is in a position to where like, well, what do we need? Nintendo gamers only play Nintendo, but if Microsoft gives Nintendo cool points, we let them get Minecraft, we let them get Banjo-Kazooie for their Smash Brothers games. Now Nintendo's like, you know what? Xbox is our friend. I'll fuck with Xbox. Right. And then Xbox players, they come out and say, well, I don't have a Banjo-Kazooie game, but I could use them in Smash. You know, why not do that? So now they got this partnership that is making some Nintendo Switch players buy an Xbox and some Xbox players buy a Switch. And now Sony's the villain, and it's just like, I feel this generation, Sony wasn't trying to compete. Sony was just trying to do good. You know what I mean?
How can you call it a competition when you're always whooping somebody's ass? It's not a competition.
Yeah.
It's not a competition. Like people say, like, oh, Xbox versus PlayStation. No, it's not a competition.
Well, but Sony was restructuring this generation. It's just that Sony put on blindfolds and didn't worry about nobody else around them. Right. And they just focused on building themselves. And they fucking did it. And they did it in the first 2 years. That PlayStation was way far ahead than people ever expected it to. They made that shit for $100. They made that shit stronger. They made that shit better.
They finished strong. They even finished strong. Look at the exclusive. Look at the games that when they were saying, "Oh man, the solo games." They did. Look at what they did with Ghost of Tsushima,
God of War,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yep.
Yeah, like they and they finishing strong. So,
but that's what I want from Microsoft. I can't lie to you and say I don't want that. I do want that from Microsoft. I would love to see more Halo. I would love Halo to be bigger. Like, I don't know what it is that they sleep on their studios for so long. For what? I mean, I waited X amount of time for Gears of War 5. For what? Gears 4 was better than Gears 5 to me. Like, I just wasn't impressed with the amount of time that I waited for some of these games. And Halo's on the same track because they got delayed. How you took the biggest game that was gonna sell during the holidays and you delayed the shit? Like,
well, the way this is the way studios work. This is the way gaming studios work. They give certain things to certain platforms.
Right.
A lot of developers will tell you why Sony gets all these exclusives, because Sony don't put a target on a developer's back. They say, hey man, what kind of idea y'all got? We got this idea, we want this. You know what Sony said? Okay, make it and let us know when y'all got it together. You know what Microsoft says? Man, we need it by this date. We got this. Look, we got this we're trying to do on this date. We got this we're trying to do on that date. We got that. So they want everything launching in a row so they can just collect money. That's all they care about. So whenever they start buying up all these studios, look at they bought Rare. You had just mentioned Banjo-Kazooie. Mm-hmm. So Banjo-Kazooie come from Rare. Donkey Kong Country, all that shit, GoldenEye, all that come from Rare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the developer Rare.
Yeah,
Rare
absolutely.
So
they made GoldenEye. Yeah, they made all those Perfect Dark. All that shit.
Bought them. I can't tell you anything they've done since they bought them, except this new game that came out, this pirate game. I don't know.
Oh, amazing! That's a Sea of Thieves. That's a masterpiece. I'll give them that.
Okay, but look how long it took them to drop that masterpiece.
Absolutely.
From when they acquired the.
But you know what's upsetting? I agree with you 100%. You know what's the first game Rare Studios made? You ain't even believe me if I told you. You gonna think I'm lying to you. Fucking Connect. The Connect games.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the first. No, the Connect game, the Connect Adventures. There's like the thing when you move. Okay. That's the first thing they wasted Rare Studios talent for, was the Connect game. Like, you know what I mean? But now, I'll tell you what. When that shit didn't go the way they planned, and they finally let them say, hey, you know what? Do what you got to do. They made Sea of Thieves, and I gotta give it to Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a masterpiece. It is time consuming, but it's a masterpiece. I gotta give it that shit.
I see a lot of people talk about it. And it's hype about it. I look at the blogs on Reddit and the groups and stuff. I never played it, but it's got a fan base. It's got a following.
Yes.
But look at some of the studios that were bought by Microsoft, and look at the personnel that left after they bought them.
Yes.
Look at you could go to Wikipedia and type up Rare Studios, and look at how many people. It's a story on Wikipedia to tell you how many people left Rare
Right.
after they got acquired because they didn't like the way Microsoft was trying to give them deadlines to do shit.
Yeah.
Like it's not a competition. If you
unrealistic.
want to make the most money
Yeah.
and you want to put out the best games, we developers, we need time.
Yeah.
We need better engines, better specs, and we can make you something. But if you just say, hey man, we own y'all now, give us something in 3 months, like it don't work like that.
No, it doesn't. And it's been proven time and time again.
And they
over time.
acquired some good ass studios,
They
man.
did.
Ninja Theory.
Woo!
Like they got some good ass studios that they just beating them into the fucking ground. So like
I'm gonna tell you right
they
now.
gotta figure that out. They bought Bethesda, and I got everybody at Microsoft. They going crazy. We got Bethesda, we got this, we got that, and I'm thinking, damn, Bethesda's days are numbered. Fucking with Microsoft like that, their days are numbered. That could be it. That could be the beginning of the end for them.
Nah, I'll be honest with you. I think Bethesda is gonna thrive working with Microsoft, but I think where their issue is gonna come in is because with Fallout 76 doing so horribly, which I don't understand because I liked the game. It's just that it was broken at first, but I think where Microsoft is gonna mess up. Phil Spencer is an actual hardcore gaming fan. You know what I mean? So he's really in that market to where like he cares about people, but he works for a company that doesn't care about people. You know what I mean? So he came out and he said, "Oh, I don't think that we're gonna prevent Bethesda games from going on PlayStation." And it's like, what the fuck did you spend $7 billion for? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to see Sony fall, but if I just spent $7 billion, I'm doing. There's two things that I'm doing. Number one, I ain't giving Sony shit. Sony, you're not playing Elder Scrolls 6. You're not playing Fallout 5. You're not playing Starfield. Oh, and you know what I would do? You really want that console to succeed? Make them shits exclusive for 2 years on your console before anybody else touches that shit.
But see, I'm glad you said that because you played right into my point. What the way they've given the gamers these shit ass games, where's the threat in it? Where's the threat in saying y'all can't have these games? You know what everybody's saying?
The fan base is
know what
still
everybody's
there.
saying? What? Well, we can't have Fallout 76? Fuck y'all. Well, we can't have Elder Scrolls. It's bad as these
I
games
can't
are
have
doing.
Fallout 76. Fuck y'all.
Hey, as bad as Bethesda games are doing right now, where's the threat? Where's the threat to say, oh, we got console exclusive? You know what PlayStation said? Yeah, keep that shit over there. We'll figure something out. Y'all keep that shit over there. Like, it's no threat.
That's my
It's no
favorite
threat
quote
in
of
it,
the
man.
night.
Like,
He said, "You can't give us Fallout 76." Fuck y'all.
If they really listen, if they really want to threaten Sony and their fan base, they need to reboot New Vegas. They need to do the Elder Scrolls 6, and they need to really do it. Don't recycle shit. Make a new game.
Well, they bought that game Outer Worlds?
Right.
That developer is the one that made Fallout 76. I mean, not Fallout 76. New Vegas, which is considered like the base.
Obsidian.
If they bought Obsidian, and you bought Bethesda, there is zero reason why Obsidian is not making the next Fallout game. There is zero reason why it's not. Like, that shit needs to happen. You know what I mean?
It needs to happen, but we're gonna have to see.
Because Outer Worlds didn't do very well because of the fact that it was a great game, but nobody knew the characters, nobody knew the world. Like, Fallout did well because Fallout has a following, and all you got to do is take that architecture and mix it with the Fallout universe, and you're good. But this man said, "Oh, you don't want to give us Fallout 76? Fuck y'all."
What's the threat? It's no threat. You just made some trash. The Elder Scrolls Online been underperforming. You just dropped Fallout 76 to bad reviews, and you've been fixing it ever since you dropped it. There's no threat. There's no, like, nobody's really looking like any. Of course, Microsoft fans are like, yeah, we got Bethesda, but everybody else looking like, yeah, y'all got Bethesda.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Microsoft fans are the most toxic on the internet. They really are. Like, it's just they be attacking Sony on the dumbest shit.
They're not being treated right.
But I saw somebody the other day, bro. They stretched that shit out. They were like, I forgot what his name is, but he's a funny ass dude. He was like, yeah, y'all go on with that PS5. You know, they made that shit white. You know what I mean? And it's like, he tried to make it like a racial thing. Like, and he had like the meme saying like, oh, you know why they made it white? And it's like, I don't know, but I know the last 3 Sony consoles are black. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, man, they're toxic, bro.
Blue and black on it. It's not even solid white. So.
But I will tell you, man. I think the Xbox controller is amazing. I do like the way the new system looks. I think it's interesting. I do. I don't have a reason to buy it. I have no reason to buy it. That's my issue.
If it has overheating issues, they'll fix it, man. It's wave 1, bro.
Yeah.
You never buy a console wave 1. You just don't, man.
Right.
I don't. If you are a console person, you wait, man. You gotta wait. They don't even have a lot of games to drop.
No, they don't.
Like you gotta give the system some time to develop.
Right.
If I'm not a Microsoft fan like that, but if I was, I'd be worried. I wouldn't be so confident. I mean, look at how one day y'all had a streaming service, then Mixer just going like that right there.
That threw me the hell off.
Come on, and you see, you just dropped the gem.
But the problem with Mixer,
you think they're gonna be straight streaming?
Yeah.
So this could be the last console for them. So it's a lot of uncertainty. You don't know. You give that shit time, man, instead of just claiming victory before the shit even drops.
Let me tell you something. The fact that there was no reports saying Mixer was down, there was no reports saying Mixer was struggling. Microsoft literally called all their girlfriends the day of and said, "We breaking up." Like, all right. That shit was wild, man.
Appreciate you coming through. That's exactly what they did.
That's literally what they did. That shit was wild, man.
That's probably the single worst thing. That was worse than the Red Ring of Death, man. That was bad, man.
It was, because that's people's livelihoods.
Hey, bro, people were making money. People built communities.
Mm-hmm.
People put time, hours, bro. I was into building these channels and.
Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of. Let me tell you something, man. I saw people
left Twitch to go to Mixer.
Dude, exactly. I see people who were crying on Twitter like that their livelihood was done. And it's like, damn. And the way they did that shit too, they're like, we're shutting it down in 30 days. 30 days?
Yeah, like.
When I apply for a job, it takes them 30 days to call me back. Like,
bruh. They just evicted all these streamers, man.
They did, man.
They streamers got evicted. That's what happened. Hey, y'all gotta go to Twitch. Y'all gotta go to Facebook, but y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I don't know what. You ain't gotta go home.
You gotta get out of here.
Y'all gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
You know, somebody, not somebody, but a few people had said that they had some, they had some sexual allegations,
yes.
And they didn't want to address it. They just disbanded the whole shit.
Shut it down. Well, that's what people are getting worried about. Like, with a lot of networks now, it's like there's so much stuff they'd rather not deal with. Then it's like, if I'm gonna get into a lawsuit, I'd rather shut it down. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey man, it's not just you making money here. You know what I mean? Like,
that was just wrong what they did, man. But like I say, I wouldn't be claiming no victory. You don't know. They might. Halfway into the next gen, they might say, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do just streaming. No more physical copies. No, this is the last console. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for the last, 15, 20, how many, 20 years? Yeah, it's been good. Thank y'all for the.
Absolutely.
We're going to be on PC. We're going back to PC exclusively. Yeah, that's going to bring everybody back, man. That's going to be a wrap.
Yo, man, let me tell you, man. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, man. The console wars are toxic, but I'd be lying to you. The console wars are like President Trump. They make no fucking sense, but I tell you, they're entertaining as hell to watch.
It's entertaining, bro. Get the people going.
Hey, absolutely, man. That's the only reason I follow that man's Twitter. I'm like, I gotta see what the fuck he's saying next. I got to.
Man.
Dude say whatever the hell he wants. And Microsoft fanboys are the same way. Like, bro, oh man, I'm telling you, man. I can't lie to you, man. I love it. I get a kick of the shit. I really do. Man.
Trump Trump is Microsoft, and his supporters are the games, the fan base.
Exactly.
That's what it equates to, man. For me,
man. But man, again, man, it was awesome, man. Whenever you're ready, man, let me know. I mean, I will get on now, and just shoot me a message when you're ready, and we'll get on some Apex.
yeah, I'm about to get out of this bay and go back by my trailer.
Okay.
Give me about 30, man. You got your friend coming on? He gonna join us? Or?
Yeah, he coming on now. So I'll probably get with him real
Okay.
quick and mess with it, and then we'll be ready.
All right, brother. I'm gonna shoot you a text, man. Let me call my company and get this stuff together.
All right, sounds good, man. Guys, Meech, thank you for being here, man, and we'll do it again soon. And he ain't leaving. We're about to switch to the real reason why we do this. David.
Yeah, we about to clap some cheeks.
All right, my man. I'll talk to you shortly.
Appreciate the time, brother.
All right, you as well, my man. Thank you for being here. Take care.
All right.